Well, reaction is that the court has delivered its ruling in its wisdom. It's the same court that gave judgment on the 13th of this month, ordering a release or a discharge of Nnamdi Kanu. Well, the same court, in its wisdom, has this afternoon, though a different panel, but the same court of appeal, held that there should be a stay to that same order of discharge, meaning that Nnamdi Kanu will remain in custody. That is, for us as lawyers, we don't have anything to do, I'll say, until, especially knowing that the substantive appeal itself is before the Supreme Court. We go to the Supreme Court and ventilate the case of our client, Nnamdi Kanu. So that is the hope we look forward to, especially against the backdrop that they also made a consequential order that the record of appeal should be transmitted to the Supreme Court within 7 days. That gives a hope and indication that the appeal will be heard within a record time. So we hope that will take place.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yet that, even on the record of the court, that the lead counsel, Chief Mike Ozekome, who brilliantly argued the appeal on Monday, this application against the federal government, is presently attending the International Bar Association Conference in Miami, Florida. So I heard his brief. Thank you.
Hello, beautiful family, lovers of good things, lovers of important personnel all over the globe. I bring greetings from a grateful heart. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. I really, really appreciate. So, my wonderful family, today, let me not waste much of your time because you have gotten the update or the message already from the little brief video that you watched. And for clear understanding, let me just brief it for you. He said the breaking news is that Nnamdi Kanu to remain in custody of Nigeria Security Police DSS appeal court. The Nigeria government thereafter appealed the judgment of the appeal court at the Supreme Court and applied for a stay of execution. The Court of Appeal has granted the application filed by the Nigeria government to stay exclusion of the judgment, which ordered the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. On October 13th, a three-man panel of the appeal court ruled that the rendition of the IPOB leader from Kenya in June 2021 by the Nigeria government was illegal. Therefore, Kanu, who is facing trial for treasonable charge, was discharged and acquitted by the appeal court. However, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami insisted that Kanu cannot be released. Mark that word. Kanu cannot be released from the custody of the secret police, the Department of State Service, as he still had other charges against him. The Nigeria government thereafter appealed the judgment of the appeal court at the Supreme Court and applied for a stay of execution of the appeal court ruling, which has ordered the immediate and unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from detention. In his decision on the federal government application, Justice Haruna of the appeal court on Friday, while granting the government application order that the results of the ruling should be forwarded to Supreme Court within 7 days for hearing. With the new turnaround, Kanu will remain in detention pending when the Supreme Court hears the case and determines the appeal court ruling. And why I am saying this is that, do you know that the emergency calling of the legal team yesterday, that is a 28th day of October 2022. They called them very, very emergency, according to Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. They were, in fact, just like 45 minutes notice that in the next 45 minutes or in the next 3 hours, court is going to be sitting. And do you know that Mike Ezekome is not in the country presently? In fact, the federal government of Nigeria, they really know what they are doing, and they really plan the tactics. Like Mike Ezekome, the one that is leading the legal team, the spokesperson, traveled to the United States of America for lawyers or barrister meetings. And they are aware that he is not in town presently. Meanwhile, they just fixed court hearing for that particular day. That was the 28th day of October 2022. Do you know that Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor said they served them the paper 45 minutes notice? That makes it so emergency. Said they don't even expect to be going to that place at that particular time, because the court again, or the DSS, apply that Nnamdi Kanu should remain because there are other charges that he needs to answer. And again, as I said before, is not a new judge handling the case right now. This particular judge, the judge that gave the ruling before, is no longer there. This is another new judge entirely handling the case. My people, what is all this? My wonderful family, what do you think is really going on? These people, there is something, they are just playing with people emotion or what? Just imagine the 13th day of October when the news of Nnamdi Kanu release talks everywhere. You can see the joy, the happiness and peace. And now they are just trying to turn everything around. They don't really want to release Nnamdi Kanu. There is another thing more to what they are doing right now. And do you know that this particular file they are saying they want to release right now is about the case, the former case before the military stormed his hometown in Umuahia and he had to flee for his life? They are not bringing those cases that, okay, the extradition from Kenya and blah 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 is illegal and they accept, but now they are bringing another different case. So right now I am saying this is the time for Biafrans to speak out. This is the time for Biafrans to work in unity. This is the time for Biafrans to do something. Like, for real, this is the time for Biafra to guard up more, to be stronger, to raise their voice. Because if you notice right now, the federal government of Nigeria has given you a tip saying that Nnamdi Kanu have other case. So it's now for you to bring out your voice and let the world understand that there is nothing like other case, because they've already given you the tips of what they are going to say in the next hearing. They've said it. They said Nnamdi Kanu have other case. So now they forget everything about Kenya and all that, bringing the case committed in Nigeria. See, this is an eye-opener for everybody. So I just let me bring this here as we wait for the 7 days for them to do or to hear from them whatever they have to bring to the table. But before now, believe me, these people, they are just jokers. They are playing with the intelligence of the people. And this is the time for everybody to raise up their voice to ask for the immediate release of Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you so much once again for tuning in. Please do well to share this video, like and subscribe. Thank you and bye-bye.